Having just celebrated 100 years as a free state in 2022, was the last thing on people's mind in Ireland due to the events of the COVID lockdowns, including the government's. But given the increasingly hostile nature and treatment of their own people in recent years, it's wondered if they cared at all. Ireland has become essentially a vassal state of the EU, with the full support of all the established parties of the country. They have willingly and enthusiastically handed over the country lock, stock and barrel to EU control and regulation. The events of the global financial crisis between 2007 and 2009 marked the moment the financial, economic and legislative sovereignty of the country were surrendered completely, since EU membership. Since then, the established parties have fallen in line with the commands of Brussels. Every aspect of farming and fishing are under EU control, with Irish fishermen being told where they can fish in Irish waters, while other fishing fleets of EU countries are allowed to take larger and larger quotas, with a loss of billions since becoming an EU member. Irish farmers are under the thumb of ludicrous Green Deal policies, being paid subsidies to farm less and less for the sake of rewilding and climate change policies, while Ireland has some of the most fertile soil in the world, all the while being tracked, monitored and scrutinised by an EU satellite grid, to be kept under constant control. Green policies continue to threaten indigenous industries, such as the peat industry used to power some of our electricity stations, while still being imported from Eastern Europe. Wind turbines, which are ludicrously carbon footprint intensive, are seen as a clean alternative, when truly nothing more than short-term investment schemes that spoil the vista of the beautiful Irish landscape and coastlines, while risking damage to native wildlife, are being pushed politically. Other areas of Irish society that continue to be in crisis are housing and health. The collapse of the housing and property market between 2008 and 2009 destroyed the nation's economy. Despite the criminally fatal decision of bootstrapping the private debts of this sector, the banks and developers, to public debt, putting extraordinary burden on the ordinary taxpayer for generations to come, as a decision that was supposed to save the country from economic depression, still resulted in recession due to being tied to the EU's financial system and the domino effect felt on all member states, as well as across the Western world. So, how did Ireland come to be where it is today? Let's find out.